selamat malam semuanya. Terima kasih banyak. Malam hari ini kembali lagi bersama kami, Indra dan Erik, dalam IG Talk Show Bandung Choral Society. Malam hari ini kita kedatangan salah satu tamu yang sangat spesial. Halo Papi Robert.
Hai Papi.
Malam ini kita bakalan sharing sama salah satu konduktor
Siapakah dia?
ternama dunia. Ya, Sir Mark Anthony Carpio. Thank you Kak Valen. Ya, jadi malam hari kita bakalan bahas widely about his life and how he started the choral
His choral journey. Yeah.
And you can ask many things. Kalau ada teman-teman yang pengen nanya atau apapun itu, kalau misalkan agak susah untuk nanya bahasa Inggris, karena malam hari ini kita bakalan sharing juga dalam bahasa Inggris, silakan ketik pertanyaannya di fitur question yang ada samping kanan kolom chat. Bisa ditulis bahasa Indonesia, nanti kita bantu untuk translate ke bahasa Inggris. Oke? Thank you Bang Tumpal.
Jadi kayaknya sekarang kita udah harus connect ke Sir Mark. Dia udah online.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you,
While
sir.
you're working.
How are you?
Very good. I just had
Very good.
dinner. How about you?
Yeah. We just finished
Finished
our
also our
dinner.
dinner.
We celebrate Eric's birthday.
Wow. With cake.
Yes.
Cake
Yeah.
and
Wow.
We had cake and some fruits.
fruits to be healthy.
Yeah.
Wow, you're all in orange.
Yes,
My
Yeah.
color.
Our color for
Outfit.
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should have told me.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
for
Next
forgetting.
time.
Next
That's my
session, sir.
favorite. Yes.
You look great tonight,
Thank
So-
you.
sir.
You've
maybe
been
we
working.
should-
You've been busy.
Yeah.
We still work.
We prepare for the virtual choir.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard
We
about it.
will
Publish at 20 May.
20 of May. Yeah. 20th.
That's this week. Yes.
Yeah.
The day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So how many singers do you have?
So,
We have
2,700 plus.
Wow.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
But they sent 3,500 videos.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have two
You have
kind
two
of song.
part. Yeah.
There's main song and folk song
Folk
medley.
yeah.
Okay.
So we try our best.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so great to have you tonight with us. We are so thankful because you
Thank you.
have given your time to share your life, your choral journey, and we are so excited to hear about it. And so many our friends are also excited, so that's why there are so many people gathered here tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so shall we start?
I'm nervous. I might share something which I should not. Shouldn't. Okay.
So, sir, what are you doing nowadays during this pandemic?
I've been staying home.
Okay, that's a good.
I've been
How many days now?
learning. I lost count. Like we started this quarantine in March 15,
Yeah, yeah,
if I remember right. That's April. That's
Yeah.
almost 2 months already.
yeah.
I don't. No, more than 2 months. Sorry, it's more than 2 months already. And we're extending. We've just extended this until the end of this month.
Yeah.
So I'm taking advantage to learn things. This is
Great.
the only time I'm learning how to cook my own food.
Okay, nice.
watching. Thanks to YouTube, I'm watching a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of people thanks YouTube for nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm also learning. I'm learning things for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a teacher, so we're preparing ourselves to teach or to handle our classes online
Yeah.
in the near future. I'm still hoping that we could go back to what we used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
But the new normal is coming, right? we
Yeah,
have to
that's
prepare.
what they say. Yes, and we're
Yeah.
preparing for that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
sir, can you maybe just share a bit about your working? And we know that you are one of the teacher in UP, right, in conducting and choral department.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you can share some of your
Your work.
work.
Yes. Yeah, very quickly. So I teach at the University of the Philippines, College of Music, and I am in the conducting department. I am a part-time lecturer in the university, so I usually handle 2 to 3 classes every semester.
Yeah.
And I would usually handle a chorus class. That's a must. Aside from that, I handle 2 courses in conducting. And our courses in the department they're usually categorized according to the kind of choir that you are expected
Yeah.
to handle, and or the kind of music that you are
Oh.
expected to learn.
Okay.
So, for example, I handle more of the first one. So I handle the classes where the conducting students are trained to handle children's choirs. And the other one that I usually handle is the course where the students are expected to learn how to handle choirs of equal voices.
Okay.
So that's for all male and all female.
Yeah. So the categories you told before, that it's like when they came to your university, they propose to learn, not to choose what is in your university. You mean they propose what to learn?
No, they
Or
are required to go through
required?
that.
Ah.
Yes, they are required to go through. The other courses are also, as I said, are categorized to the kind of music. So, for example, there is a course for small works
Okay.
from the Renaissance until
Yeah.
the contemporary period, and there is a course that is dedicated to studying the large works,
Yeah.
also from the different periods in the history of music. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And I'm
what are
happy
you
that we have an Indonesian in the college.
Oh,
Ah.
wow.
Maybe
I
you
know
know
you are.
him, Horace. Maybe he's here.
Who-
Horace is from. No, I'm so sorry, I forgot Horace. Where is that?
Taurus?
Either Horace Tantang.
Harris.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, we didn't know.
we don't know.
Yeah. He's from another city, not
Part.
from
Yeah.
Bandung.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
Sir Mark, what are you doing with your teaching work during this pandemic?
Well, the university decided to end our semester earlier.
Ah.
So yes, so we had to adjust our curriculum because we were
Okay.
supposed to end it last week. Yeah, only last
Oh.
week. I think we're supposed to have our final period this week until next week. But the university decided after really studying the condition, especially of the students and the faculty, the teachers, they decided to end the semester earlier. But we needed to sort of adjust our curriculum. So for many of us, we sent some how do you say, requirements,
Yeah.
additional requirements for the students to fulfill. But what else? Yeah, I think more or less that's what we did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, in university.
So is there any online teaching you do right now during this
No
pandemic?
more.
No
No
more.
more. Yes. The biggest problem with our desire to do online teaching
Yeah.
is our internet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
our varying internet speed. So
Yeah.
I'm please don't be surprised if I get disconnected
Don't
in
worry,
this.
sir.
I
So
hope
far
not,
so
because
good.
It's
so
so good.
yes,
You
and
Yeah.
my Wi-Fi has been working well the whole day today.
good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
So I
you look so
pray.
amazing with
Thank
this kind
you.
of internet.
Thank
So,
you.
sir, would you like to share your story? How did you start your choral journey
Yeah.
from the way you get interested to it and the way you go through it?
Maybe we can do that also very quickly. Well, I was a member of the children's choir when I was in primary school.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and then that was a, I think for me, that was a memorable experience. It wasn't long. I think it was only for a little more than a year. But before that, I have already been taking lessons in piano. Me
Yeah.
and my two sisters. I have two
Yeah.
sisters, and together we were studying piano at home. So the piano teacher would go to our place, and
Yeah.
our dad is the one who pushed us to study piano.
Okay.
And of course, I was the only boy. I was more interested in playing outside.
Yeah. All boys did.
But then, yes, exactly. But then he would see to it that every day we would rehearse 1 hour
Okay.
each,
1
each of
hour each
us,
day.
1 hour on the piano. So I would sometimes I would
Run
skip
away.
that. Sometimes he would watch us practice, and sometimes he would fall asleep. So that was my
Okay.
chance to go. If he falls asleep, that's my chance to go finish. And anyway, and then in high school, I did not join any choir.
Oh, yeah.
I studied in a boys' school, so choir was not the real thing in a
Okay.
boys' school.
Yeah.
Although I joined the high school band,
Oh, okay.
mainly to avoid the, how do you say, the military
What?
training. I would rather play in the band than march under the
Okay.
heat of the sun. Yeah. So I played the
Heat of the
flute.
sun.
I played the flute there.
Wow.
And then when it was time to go to the university, to go to college, um, I wanted to, my first choice was to be like my father. So my
Okay.
dad was a civil engineer.
Ah.
And I liked, of all the subjects that I had, I liked mathematics above all.
Okay.
Later on, I would discover that music is essentially mathematical.
Really great.
But I would discover that later on. So when I was about to go to another university to enroll, my father talked to me, we had a discussion, a really serious discussion. I remember that it lasted an hour.
Yeah.
So he pushed me. He strongly encouraged me to study music instead.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, after an hour, I couldn't say no to him. So I decided, okay, I'll follow I'll follow your advice. But then we had an agreement. But
Okay.
maybe after I finish college, maybe after finishing music, I would take another course, whatever I like.
Okay.
So he
And he
agreed.
readily agreed. He agreed,
Oh.
yes. Maybe he knew that I wouldn't want to study anymore after studying music.
He knew it. He
Yeah,
knew it.
father knows best.
Yes, exactly. And that's when I got into the College of Music in the University of the Philippines. As a piano major.
Oh.
Yes, but only after I graduated, after I finished piano, I had 3 recitals, and only then did I decide to try it out with a choir. Although, of course, I've been singing. I've been singing with friends, harmonizing with my friends during college. And there was a year, I was already in the senior year, I saw the Philippine Madrigal singers in a concert.
Homecoming concert.
It was it was a homecoming concert they had in 1989.
Okay.
They just came from a world tour where they won, 6 months long, where they won in all the competitions they joined in Europe. So everybody was excited to see them, all the people. So the concert was held in the auditorium of the college, which was not big. I think the maximum the capacity is only until up to 500 something. But that evening during the concert, it was full. I was standing at the back. It was full packed. People were standing, and so they were cheering one song after the other. And that was the year when I thought to myself, I could join this group. That maybe someday I'll be sitting in that semicircle.
Okay.
So that's when I decided to take some voice lessons seriously, because I thought I was a piano major, so I not really study voice. So I started enrolling in voice lessons in the school for, I think it went on for a year, and then I decided to try and ask Professor Veneracion, our founder, herself, if she could be my teacher in voice. I was a bit nervous. And so I had a voice lesson. I had voice lessons with her, and in that semester, she invited me to try it out with the Mads. That was it.
That's the way you get into the Mads.
Yes, that was in 1992. My first stamp in the passport. Yes, I'm old. 1992. Don't start computing. 1992, I got my first stamp in passport. We went to Brunei. That was the first tour that I had. My first flight out of the Philippines, out of the country. And since then, I did not really expect this to happen. But every year we would travel.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
you've been everywhere every year.
That has been a blessing.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with choral music.
Yeah.
As early as that year, I fell in love with choral music. So I thought that this is my calling. I thought to myself, this is what I would do for the rest of my life. To do choral music. To make people sing together.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's so inspiring.
And now we're here, and now we know each other because of that.
Yeah.
And now I know a lot of Indonesian conductors as well.
Yeah. And you are known worldwide.
And I'm not sure.
The one thing that makes me so wonder, like, you started your journey through maths, and it was still Madam Mem Oa, right? Oa.
Yes, we call her
choir master
OA.
and OA.
Yes.
The choir master, and then during your maybe your beginning of their journey in the choral, and then she chose you personally to be the successor of the choir master, Philippine maths choir master.
Yes.
How can you tell a bit about that story?
Yeah, we want to hear that.
We are so, it was great.
Let me see. Well, I became the choir master, or she appointed me in 2001. That was the official
Oh, okay.
July 2001. So that makes it 20 years. No, 19 years ago.
Yeah,
19.
Yeah, around that.
But the years before that, the few years before that, Mom OA has been trying to look already for somebody
Ah,
to
yeah.
take her place. As early as the 90s, the early 90s. But then an opportunity came for her to join the competition in Tolosa.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Yes, in Tolosa, in Spain, in 1996. Luckily, I was there as a singer. So, and then we won. Fortunately, we won in that competition that made us participate in the European Grand Prix in 1997.
Yeah.
Yes, so she had to wait until that is finished before she could go back to her search again.
Okay.
So, and then we won in 1997, and after that, she
Yeah,
had
you
been
won the
really
AGP.
trying to choose. There were a lot of people. I'm afraid I might say the wrong things. Anyway, I can say, for example, that it wasn't easy.
Sorry.
Yes, that's okay. It wasn't easy for her.
Yeah.
It was an easy process, and in fact, what happened was she even formed a small group, a committee to help her decide.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there were some choices, and then after some time, she would have a change of mind, a change of heart,
Yeah.
until if I remember right, in 1999, she told me that she would give me a chance. Okay. And knowing that it wasn't easy for her.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy for her. So I told her, yes, and my friends, okay, I'll do it for a while and see what happens. Okay? And then that's it. That was everything is history after that. So she was there to guide me.
Yeah.
In the beginning, and I consider that a very fortunate thing.
Yeah.
To handle something big like the Philippine Madrigal singers.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that she was there.
Yeah.
In 2001 until 2006. No, 2005. In December 2005, that was when she got ill. She got sick. So she had been bedridden since then until 2013 when she passed away. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that was great. And
Such a wonderful story, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
we are so amazed of it because she had done so many great things.
Yeah.
Especially she built the choir in Philippines.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was-
I
and-
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
She done like workshop with Matt, right, to build the choir
Yes.
community in
Yes.
Philippines.
Yeah. And that is the reason why in 1998 she was declared a national artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now she's one of our national artists for music. I think,
Sir, I think a lot of people, maybe you have been asking this question like
yeah.
many times,
Yeah.
like the question like why the formation in circle,
Yeah.
and then why
Yeah.
you didn't conduct and everything. Can you maybe just
Yeah, is there any philosophy about the semicircle
Yes.
and why you singing, sitting?
Yes, I'll also be very quick. That this question has always been asked,
Yeah.
and so we're. I think we should not get tired of explaining it.
Yeah.
In 1963, that was when Professor Veneracion founded the Madrigal Singers. She just came back from her studies in the Indiana University, where she studied voice pedagogy and opera. But it was there where she witnessed, or she got to see, some small groups which were called the Madrigal Singers. They were having madrigal dinner, and there were singers singing madrigals. And madrigals are kind of music from the Renaissance period in
Yeah.
Europe. So many composers during that time wrote madrigals, which was written for several voices, in a polyphonic way. And so when they were thinking of a name, she thought that was a good name. So they called themselves the University of the Philippines Madrigal Singers. And when the time came that they were to do a concert, so they thought that it would be good to follow the tradition during the Renaissance, which was to sing the songs, sing madrigals around the banquet table, sitting down.
Yeah.
So ever since that very first concert in 1963, they have been doing that. And it has become the tradition and the signature of the group.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wouldn't want to change that. Yes.
Yeah. It's
It has,
heritage.
yes. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and there is a saying, like, if I not using right, it's from Owe, like the real
Yes.
competition is found in the rehearsal room. Would you like to explain, like, what is your mean by the real competition? Is that like competitive vibes in your rehearsal, or what kind of real competition you?
Although the Philippine Madrigal Singers had been joining competitions
Yeah,
all over the world, yeah, in Europe especially, Professor Veneracion would always say that it is not the most important thing. That winning in competition is not the end, is
yeah,
not the goal. It's always a means to reach an end. Okay? And because the real competition, as you just said, the real competition is not found in the festival,
competition.
in the competition itself, but in the rehearsal
Rehearsal.
room, where every member of the choir tries to be better than himself or than herself. So the choir aims to be better than the choir that rehearsed there in that same
Yeah,
room
yeah,
yesterday. So that is
yeah,
when everybody tries or keeps that in mind. No? When we try to be better, we try to, how do you say, yes, I think that's the easiest term, to be better than the way we were yesterday or the way we were
yeah,
before. Then that would help elevate the level, or
yeah,
increase the level of the
yeah.
choir as a group. So she would always say
Great.
that.
Yeah, it's really inspiring,
Yeah.
and it changing our mind for for example, like, because so many choir nowadays, maybe they are think to win a competition without, maybe have a kind of a
Yeah.
thinking like that to improve their rehearsal.
Yes, but as I said, joining competition is a means, and it's a
Yeah.
very. Hello,
Hey,
are you there?
sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Very
okay.
good. Back.
Whenever a choir, yes, good, yes.
Yeah, good.
Whenever a choir would prepare for a competition, every one of the members would step up, would want to improve.
Yeah.
And that process of preparing for the competition contributes to the improvement of the choir as a whole.
Yeah.
I think
Everyone
yes, that's a very good thing for me.
Yeah.
And that is what we achieve when in the process of joining a competition, in the process of preparing for a competition.
Yeah. Everyone has to agree about the vision, right? Everyone has to be in your thing to achieve together. So
Yes.
maybe we can now ask some more about the Philippine Madrigal singers.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa. Yeah, you have so many fans right now.
Yeah. They want to know more about Madrigal singers.
You have so many great singers, and you limit the numbers of the singers for specific. So
Yeah.
how is the system you put to assess the singers to join? Do you have some kind of a classification for the singers to join?
You mean requirements?
Requirements.
Yeah, well, nowadays we would hold auditions when we are.
Hi, sir. Yeah, we're back.
I would
We're back.
ask.
We're back.
Yes. Yes. Is it me or is it you? Is it me?
We
Is
don't
it my
know.
connection?
Well, no, I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's
just
fine.
Just for
Okay.
a second.
Yes. So I would usually require them to sing a few songs of different styles or from different genre. And I would listen first and foremost to the sound of the voice, the tone of the singer. But at the same time, I'm already looking or listening to the level of musicality of the person, of the one who auditions. And if I ask myself if this is a voice that I can work with, or if this is a voice that can work with the current members, with the other members of the group. So, and then if the answer is yes, then he or she could start immediately practicing with us and rehearse with us. And then she undergoes what you call a period of training, because of as it's not only the voice in any group, it's not only the voice that you have to look for, but also in the way he or she works with the other singers.
Yes.
Because in a small group such as ours, this is very important. It is very important for that we are working well with one another.
Yes.
Okay. So that lasts for a certain period, maybe a few months. And if he or she passes that, then I would decide to make her sing and join us in the semicircle.
Yeah. That's
sometimes they have to wait. Sometimes they have to wait because they have to wait for a seat to be vacant, to be vacated. Maybe a singer had to move on. Maybe she will get married, or maybe he or she will have to work somewhere else. So people will have to wait until that happens.
So if they pass the audition, then the seat is still
taken.
Taken.
Yes.
Taken. Yeah.
They will have to wait. Yes.
So they
but
wait.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
They wait until there's a vacant seat, but then I already give them opportunities to perform. We would give them opportunities to perform in some occasions.
Okay. But they sing together with the mats in the semester.
Yes, they do.
That's great.
And so, this is the reason why we cannot accept a lot of people who will train with us, because a lot of singers will change the sound and balance
Yeah. Yeah.
in a very big way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there are a lot of people who are training, so although we get people to train with us, it's not very many.
Okay. Yeah. So during this time, sir, how did you connect with the Mats? Like, did you still do the rehearsal or something to them?
Well, when the quarantine started
Yeah.
last March, we thought it would be best for us to take a break. So take advantage
Okay.
of this to
Okay.
take a break, because the Madrigal Singers is perhaps one of the, we can say, the busiest
This year's, yeah, I know.
choir.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we had a concert. We had a
Yeah, yeah.
concert in February 29 and March 1, and the quarantine started in March 15. So we were still rehearsing before the quarantine started.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so we decided that we'll take a break. And besides, many of the singers had to go home and join their families
Yeah.
in the provinces. So that's quite a
Okay.
distance. Some of them had to fly home. And we had to really ask them to adjust to what was happening during the
Yeah.
quarantine. It wasn't easy for some of us
Yeah.
to adjust
Yeah.
to that. And well, a couple of weeks ago, we decided we can start slowly a meeting, not in person, but online like this,
Yeah.
via Zoom, for example,
Yeah.
and just to catch up and make sure that we are doing something for our musical, for our instrument, and for our skills, to improve our skills as musicians, and for the improvement of our musicality. So we've been meeting online once or twice a week, and I would give them some things to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then most of the time we would concentrate more on the individual skills, and not because it's impossible to really
Yeah.
sing together, especially
Online.
with our internet speed.
Okay.
And so it's impossible to really sing together. So we just have to, what we can do is improve on the individual skills.
Yeah.
So Mark, I know that when Mats go abroad or go for the competition in Europe, they will go for like 6 months, yeah, or more than that. Do they get how they get the permission from the university of the work? Do they
No,
get
not
like
6
special letter from
months.
the government or?
Yes. 6 months, we only had that. No, that's very seldom. Okay.
Okay.
After 1989, the next time the we had a 6-month tour in 2011, I think.
Okay.
That's when we went to South America.
Ah.
Yeah. But usually it would be maybe the maximum would be 3 months.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. But that also doesn't happen anymore. Maybe it's 2 months.
But
Which is
2
still
months
very long.
it's a
It's
very
still
Very
very
long.
long.
long, I
Still
know.
very long.
Yeah, 2 months also very
Yeah.
long.
Yes, but for students, they will have to really go on leave from their studies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for those who are working, who have other works, they will have to adjust their schedule.
Okay.
Yes, there were
How did
times
Okay.
when they could not do anything but to resign from their work. But
Really
these people, you have to understand that these people are passionate.
passionate.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
something that they have. They are really passionate for what they have and for what they do.
Yeah.
And for many of them, for many of us, I include myself, this is an opportunity which may not come every time
Yeah.
we are given an opportunity to travel and to see the world. We are not sure if that will come, or we will have that opportunity again
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I
Great.
can imagine if I have to resign.
Okay, sir. Now we have
No, but
some questions.
now many of them look for a job or work
Another
that
job.
can be compatible with their schedule with the
Yeah.
medical
Yeah,
singers.
yeah.
So most of them, they have their jobs online like this. They can
Online.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can do
But-
their work wherever they go.
I thought you have the Philippine Madrigal's music studio, which your singer is teaching also in that
Yes,
studio, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So now many of our current members
Yeah.
would also teach in
yeah.
the
It's great.
studio.
Great.
Yeah. Excellent. So,
Yes.
sir, now we have some questions here. We need
Okay.
to wrap up to
Yeah.
this.
From viewers, we have lots of questions for you.
Yeah.
Think everybody
It
can
is
read.
from Ingrid.
Ingrid,
She's one of the
first generation.
first generation of Indonesia Youth Choir.
Yes.
So, sir,
Good
would you
conductor
give-
also.
Pardon?
She's a good conductor also.
Yeah, Ingrid. Yeah, she's one of the singer in Batavia Madrigal singers.
Yes.
Yeah, she asked, sir, would you give us some homework or suggestion to improve our musical and skill?
Homework.
Yeah,
No, well, not. Well, one of the things that I told the members of the Madrigal Singers, especially for those who are not music students, for those who did not study music, because not all of the members study music or studied
Oh,
music.
yeah.
So I told them that this is an opportunity for them to read, to review on music theory,
yeah,
so that they can take advantage of this time to learn many things about theory, about music theory. So I would recommend that also to those who do not study music. At the same time, I would continue asking them to work on their skills, on their singing skills, because if that doesn't, if they don't do that, then
yeah,
this is something that we need to do in order to improve.
yeah,
It's like we cannot just, for example, we cannot learn how to swim if we don't go into the water.
yeah,
So we need to sing. We need to continue singing, keep on singing, perhaps work on solo pieces.
yeah,
When you work on solo pieces, that's when you can work on your individual musicality.
yes,
So how would you interpret that song that you are singing or that you are learning?
yeah,
Okay. And I would also tell the singers, the members, to record themselves. This is something we learned from virtual choir, from doing those
Right.
virtual choir thing. I
Yeah.
also did that. It is for somebody who does not do it often.
yeah,
It's a kind of difficult when you sing alone.
yeah,
When
yeah,
you are so used to singing with other people and harmonizing with other people.
yeah,
And then you realize that when you are recording yourself for the virtual choir, it's not easy. you hear those faults,
Yeah.
faults, maybe in intonation or maybe the tone.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that you keep on recording yourself and listen to yourselves.
yeah, yeah.
And
Wonderful answer, sir. Thank you.
yeah, for many times oneself could be the best critic.
Yes. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
see ourselves.
Yes.
The next question.
From Arin Latumahina, she asked, along your journey as the Met Choir Master, what was the most difficult thing you've ever dealt with?
Most difficult thing.
We don't have it.
No. Because I don't remember. No.
Okay.
Because I don't remember having the most difficult, because there are a lot. Maybe
Yeah, okay.
there are some
Okay.
difficult things. For example, whenever you get new singers,
Yeah.
whenever you get some members who would move on, and be
Yeah.
replaced by new ones.
Yeah.
It's a different thing when one or two would go and be replaced by other singers. That's a different thing from, for example, maybe there are 5 or 6 or
Okay.
maybe even more who would
Yeah.
move on. The sound totally changes.
Yeah.
So that maybe I don't look at it as it is a difficult task always to work on the sound,
Yeah.
but I look at it more as a challenge.
Okay.
It's a challenge, yeah. So but this is something that most choirs do. Most conductors experience, especially school choirs, university choirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that was one of those difficult things or challenging things. Aside from the times where we had to work on really difficult pieces, so those are the difficult ones.
Yeah. So
And especially, sorry,
yeah. Yeah.
especially
No,
if those pieces are not of my choice,
okay.
but
Okay.
but that of how to say given to us in order to perform.
Okay. So it's
That's
commission. Okay,
yeah,
commission.
not really commission, but they expect us to perform that piece in a festival, for example, or
Yeah, or like
something.
some from the
Okay.
competition.
And sometimes they can really be difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
The next questions.
It's from Felix Satya. I want to ask, what is your choral sounds influence from European or Asian tone choir? And
That's it.
and actually, there are 2 questions from him.
Follow up.
Is regeneration hard to maintain? There is an opinion that the first generation is always better than classic. What do you think?
Sorry, can you repeat that second one?
Is regeneration hard to maintain? There is an opinion that first generation is always better and classic.
Generation.
Regeneration.
Regeneration.
Regeneration. Well, I'll answer the first one first.
Yeah.
The sound. I always believe that the sound of a choir should be flexible, should be versatile. Because one sound or one sound quality may work with one piece and may not work with other pieces.
Yeah.
For example, when we are doing European madrigals, of course, we would have to go after the European sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a totally different thing when we are doing Asian folk songs, for example, or maybe Philippine folk songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that would require for our singers for my singers and for all of us to modify a little bit
Yeah.
the quality, maybe the color of the voices, in order for it to fit the song that we are singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that goes with singing songs from other countries, depending on what country the composer comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, now the second question, I'm not sure if I really got it. Regeneration?
Yeah.
He asked,
Maybe
is regeneration hard to maintain? There is an opinion that the first generation is always better and classic.
I am not sure what the generation by regeneration,
Yeah.
what he means by that.
I-
Maybe we can give him a chance to rephrase his question later.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
from Felix Satya.
Thank you. Yeah, Felix. Yes. What exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
We can ask maybe.
Maybe
the
we can
next
go.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think.
Yeah,
Are there a lot?
we have talking about this before because there is a question from Ikusinandang.
Ika.
about the
Ika Sinandang. About the blocking of your formation semicircle that we have discussed about it before. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think there is a question also in the chat column from Marco Garcia Adipaz.
Yeah.
What requirements does the ideal sound have for you?
The ideal sound. I know Marco. Well, I'm trying to think very quickly here. The ideal sound for me is the one that is free.
Free.
The one that has the one that is caused with no or produced with no tension whatsoever.
Yeah.
That would be, for me, that would be the ideal sound. But I always try and choose, as I said, depending on the piece that we are working on. Let me see if I can cite an example. I think that is the best example. When we are, for example, doing a European and sacred, especially depending on where the composer comes from, I would go after that more vertical, and again a free, would say, relaxed sound.
Yeah.
But there are some culture and some instances where, or even in our country, where the songs or the people would have a really more open and brighter tone. So I would ask the singers to try and produce that as well.
Yeah. We see. Amazingly. So, sir, can we ask another question? Like, you have been working with so many Indonesian conductors, and you know very well about Indonesian choirs, right? If you may suggest for us, what is the ops, maybe like some power we have in Indonesian choirs, and what should we enhance in our community choir? Okay.
I really believe that there are things that we all should work on as how do you say, not because we come from Indonesia, or not because we are in the Philippines, that we are from the Philippines, not because we are from Europe. There are some things that we just have to work on with our choirs. Basically, those are the basic things that we have to remember. For example, starting from breathing. The way we make our singers breathe, because that is exactly how we are able to sing. We should be able to manage the air that we take in. But that influences, for example, the way we manage our air would influence the tone, the tone that comes out. And of course, the way it is sung, maybe the volume or the control that we have over it, the way we control our voice, our sound. And of course, there is that aspect of intonation, which is a continuous process. It's not something that you can. Well, I believe that there are people, and there are countries wherein the music education is really strong. Strong enough that you can say that the singers, starting from their primary level, would really sing in perfect tune. Perfect in tune, really. They could produce really good harmony. But then we cannot say that to everybody else. Because we do not have, unfortunately, we do not have a equally strong music education program. So we just have to do that or try to improve or work on it during the choir rehearsal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is very important.
Yeah.
These are the things I think not that conductors or not just Indonesian conductors, because these are the things that we have to work on together.
Yes.
All of the same.
Thank you so much.
sir.
I think we only have 5 minutes left. Yeah, but we have
Very
so many
quick.
questions, but we cannot
Yeah.
answer some of them. But Sir Mark, I
Yeah, as
have
usual.
one question for you. Like you were in some of our events, like Bali International Choir Festival, and you were in our
Yes.
choral camp and retreat, and you were in our Indonesia
Yeah.
choir.
First conductor.
Yeah, first generation. What is your impressions about Bandung Choral Society?
You have to tell Tommy that he's doing a really great job. You are all doing a really great job.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
are. It is something that many people, not just we love to do, that we love to
Yeah.
make music together. We love to
Yeah.
make choral music, and we need it.
Yeah.
We strongly need it. We strongly need people to work together in order to make music. And
Yeah.
what you are doing in all your activities, in the festivals, in the retreat, these are ways for us to do it better.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm always impressed. I'm always impressed in the way you handle them.
Thank you.
The
Thank you
very
so much.
few people that you have there, you are doing a very big thing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sir Mark,
Thank
for
you so
this
much.
valuable sharing and this inspiring session. We are so thankful for you, and we wish you are fine there, and this kind of situation could be quick stop, and
Yes.
we could get
Yeah.
back to our routine activities.
Thank you too for having me here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
And
you so
thank you
much,
for the
sir.
people who joined. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Sir, can we do one more thing? I will capture this.
Yes.
Yeah. We can smile.
Okay.
Okay. You're good. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, sir. It's
Thank you so
great.
much, Sir
Thank you.
Thank you
Mark.
so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you too. Good night. Happy
Good
birthday,
night.
Eric. Happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.